What's up, mi gente? It's me, Mo, Commander Mo.
Four Wheels Hot Rod Lou.
And again, we're not fixing cars, so just not getting confused. But yep, it's another edition of Ricans
Not a mechanic show.
and not a mechanic show. Though it's a nice four-wheel. You know what? I'm not going to figure that one out. Nope. I'm just going to put money on you. You better win that race. So, in continuation to our last episode, when we're talking about 80s sci-fi action, we got another pair of films to talk about that we also like that were big hits back then too.
Yes.
Now, I'm flip a coin here. Catch and go.
The 80s was such a wonderful beginning of sci-fi upgrade.
And capulating on top of the action genre.
Yes.
So it's like you combine the two together. You still get your explosions. You still get your high body counts. And depending on which film, there's going to be a lot of sex or just a lot of topless women in there, which, I go for. But that's okay. That's just me. But either way, you have all these.
And don't forget about the soundtracks.
Oh, the soundtracks. Yes.
For those of you that don't know, that was God.
Yes, the omnipotent voice has spoken. And I'll tell you, yes, the soundtracks of this. Oh, my God. Every hair band that you can think of was coming in on those days. And you
didn't include Highlander.
Highlander? No, that's that. We can include that later on. Highlander's another one.
Highlander.
Especially because of the fact, and well, you know what?
Yes.
We'll put RoboCop in the back and say we'll talk about Highlander. And the reason why I like Highlander, when you mentioned that, is because the remake is going to be soon into production with Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Playing the titular role of Colin McLeod.
I hope they keep the soundtrack. The opening scene soundtrack with Queen.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. But, again, back in the 80s, soundtrack made a difference. Soundtrack was just the thing. There's not a song that didn't identify a movie back in those days.
Not like that song identified Highlander.
Of course.
The lyrics alone here, that, yeah.
Yeah, but that was the 80s, like you said. A soundtrack identified a movie. If you heard Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me, what you're going to think of.
I don't know, I forgot.
All I'm going to do is this, and everybody is going to know. That's all I'm going to say right now. Even though I can't remember the name, but I remember the gesture.
Oh, so you forgot too?
Oh, yeah. I forgot it too.
Warriors?
Then I didn't forget the characters that were involved. Huh?
Warriors?
What?
No? Okay.
I'm going to be...
Which one do you think was better, the movie or the series when it came out in the 90s around there?
What, the Warriors?
No, Highlander.
The Highlander.
Highlander. Oh, I like the movie.
The
original McConnor.
Yep. I did like the movie better. And then they did do it, and I think either the second or third installment where they then brought the character from the TV show and put him in the movie.
Yeah, supposedly he was a cousin.
Cousin. I'm like...
It was 90 something, right?
Yeah, 90 something. But in the early 80s, the first couple, especially the first one, it had, Sean Connery was in it.
Yes.
The very first one.
Love
Sean Connery.
Yeah. Yes.
God love Sean Connery in that. But the whole premise of them, all of a sudden, somewhere along the line in life, they became immortal. Now they're part of this small band of group. And somewhere along the line, I forgot, there's a season where then they all begin to fight one another to... to claim the full power of the one. It's like at the end, there's only going to be one. And then it starts the whole process over. And then more immortals, as time rages on, will be born. And then another contest or whatever it is that they go through, then they battle one another until there's one. And only one. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, especially with Cavill, because I've seen his swordplay, already in The Witcher, and I'm like, So you're gonna have a lot of that, and so I'm hoping to see how they're really gonna touch on it and not make it cheesy, but make it like, oh, yes, like action packed, good story, and knowing how Cavill's track record, I'm pretty sure going to keep it more to the source material, like the 80s movies were. So at least capture the character of Colin McLeod. the Irishman. I'm like, okay.
Now, I hope they just don't say he's like a long lost brother.
Oh God, yeah. Well, yeah. Again, storytellers please don't mess this up. He's
No.
gonna make sure not to mess it up, so don't mess up the source material. I
Yes.
really,
I'm a McLeod.
Okay.
I'm the
I'm
cousin.
Tyler McLeod from the McLeod clan.
I'm the cousin to the cousin that was related to Vader.
Yeah, brother, sisters,
They're
uncle's
gonna be
mother, I
played
think
by
it was.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Brother, sisters, mother's uncle, I think it was.
Yeah,
Twice removed.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. The family line and the tree. It's all scandal, I tell you. So, segueing from that back to our first one, RoboCop, and like you said, I'm a fan of the latest one only because they reimagined it in a way that, at least with the suit, made him more like Iron Man. Like I like the suit, but they took something away from that, especially when he was facing off the big C-10 180s or whatever, slop, and he had these big guns. I'm like, I remember in the first one, he came out with some big ass rocket launcher and boom, blew it away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's the rocket launcher, dude? I'm like, come on now. You could have just done like Iron Man with your gun, switch it over to rocket launcher, and
Tell me the way
do that little peep.
Tell me the way that gun came out of his thigh was not dope.
Oh, that was hot. That was hot. It was like, bah.
And
swing around, put it back, and it closed his leg.
It was a one-handed machine gun. That was
badass. I'm not gonna lie, that was badass all the way.
Yes.
And then in the I think in the latest version, he had had two
Both.
legs that way.
Yeah.
So I was like, nice. Especially that scene where they're testing him out, and they're testing him out against. He's a cyborg, and he's chasing out with the other robots. Next thing you know, he's just like bam, 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 and but he's fluent. He's moving fluently, and that's what I like about it. Like when he didn't know what he was, and he was running. He was literally running. Now the first RoboCop, nope, because it was. And I'm like, dude, by the time you turn around, someone's gonna hit you with a crowbar.
I just don't like what he ate. Basically, baby food.
Well, you saw what he got left.
Yeah.
A brain, a face, and a heart, and lungs. I mean, that's all they left of him. I mean, ouch. Ain't kind of like one of those cups that you buy in the store with the cheese or the stick, and you just spread it on the cracker, and that's all. That's him. That's him. I mean, wow. But the thing is that they didn't make him as powerful or as mobile in the first one. The second one they did, because they're going to create a police force. They have to create a police force. Someone that doesn't rely on his motorcycle to chase down the criminal. At some point, he's going to have to go on foot and go after them. And that scene when he's just facing all these guys in the room. I mean, the planing did as much as it did to deflect it until they got like the 50 cal ones, and that's when they were seeing some damage. But he was still bang, 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 bang. Of course, the tracking system on it was brilliant. But when they messed with his head and took away, I guess, his human psychological aspect and made him like robotic, period.
Oof. Didn't they do a comic? I believe they did. Predator versus RoboCop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Predator versus RoboCop. Again, it was kind of a close call, but RoboCop held his own against the Predator. I mean, as much as he could. I mean, you are still dealing with someone who is trained like an assassin to come after you, and with superior weapon. But it doesn't take away the fact that he has his knowledge as a cop. His combat tactics were able to overcome the Predator in that respect. That's why I like this newer version, because this newer version shows a mobility about him when they created that character. So when you see the effects, and my man's just running, I mean, he's hauling. Like, dude, you don't even need a motorcycle. And he's leaping over stuff. The other RoboCop is just, and you got to walk around the corner. I'm like, okay, that's okay to an extent, but come on, man, you're going to be a hero. You got to move a little bit better. I mean, I think on the third one, I think I like it when he had the jetpack.
That's when it became cheesy.
It's going to be cheesy, but what if they created a different pack that comes on him and it's just one piece, not that big, gigantic. No, just like, how do I put it? Think Falcon, same smaller size, but jets. So boom, it attaches to him. He calls it attaches to him, and then he just takes off from there. and then either the legs or the back will come up with at least some mechanism that will allow him to glide.
So who do you think would play a good RoboCop in today's times?
The actor they had before, he actually did a good job. Probably maybe a better script, but he was the one that he was in, if I'm not mistaken,
Enterprise.
No.
Yes, he was.
Enterprise? No.
Yes, he was.
Suicide Squad.
But he was also in Enterprise. He tried to steal the baby of the clone baby from.
No, that's the original RoboCop. I'm talking about the newest one in 2000 when they did actor who played Flag on I forgot his name, but he played Flag on Suicide Squad. He's the one playing RoboCop, the newer version, because they came out with a black suit. That was hot. The black suit was hot.
Okay.
And then
Justin Hartley from The Tracker.
That's a hill. There you go. Justin Hart. No, that's not Justin Hartley.
Yeah, Justin Hartley plays The Tracker, the series.
The series, yes.
Series, yeah.
But that RoboCop wasn't.
I'm saying I'll pick him.
Oh yeah, I would pick him.
RoboCop.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because he has that face where it's nice, but it's also like he can play no feeling type of guy.
Yeah, he could play that off. This is true. I would see that. I could see that because when he was what? If I'm not mistaken, he played in Smallville. He was playing Oliver Queen, the Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So when he comes on, he has the dark glasses and the rest of the suit, but he was plain faced. So when he did something, you just see nothing, no expression whatsoever. And boom, he took care of it. So I could see that. Huh?
He was in Smallville too.
Smallville, yeah. Smallville. And another show which I did like, but it's not sci-fi, but still very nice, watchable film. I would recommend. Watchable show. This Is Us. That one. Have tissues on hand. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna say this. Have tissues on hand. You will cry. You will be happy. You will be sad. You will be angry.
You have it on Netflix.
Oh,
This Is Us.
Yeah.
This Is Us. Trust me, you will not be the same after you watch that show.
What is it about?
Well, it has to deal with 3 kids. 2 were born twins, and then 1 was adopted, right, by husband and wife. Now, it's just them growing up from like the 60s, going into the 70s, the 80s, and going on forward. The fact that they adopted a black child, and they show through the years growing up the issues that the mother had with Randall, and not him personally, like how to raise him, but the aspect of people judging her for having a black child. Like, do you know anything with this or that? No, she just knows that she's going to love him like any other child. That's all there is to it. But the fact that they took him on, and then going forward, and again, no spoiler alert, because if you all probably already saw it, it's already done. Then her going from mother of 3 with a husband, then mother of 3 single woman.
Okay.
Because the scene when the dad passes away, I'm still getting choked up from that scene. It's incredible. But if it was him being the RoboCop, yeah, it's another theatrical film. I could see him doing that. I would say definitely Justin Hartley for that part.
Okay.
And with that, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna just step out here, and we're gonna see if whether or not if he needs oil or whatever. And we're gonna check to see the tires are full of air.
I'm RoboCopless.
We'll be right back.
Come, let's play. LDM Radio. Come, let's play. Fun is what we crave.
Let's go. You're listening to New York City's LDM Radio. Another long stretch of continuous music. Back into time. Flashback.
Make my move, gonna live my dream, gonna live my
New York City's LDM Radio.
radio station in the world. Is right here, right now.
And we're back. Tires are filled. All check good. And the siren,
Perfect.
all good. Woo! Yeah, he's gonna go fight crime in your neighborhood, so keep an eye out for it. So
Just gotta wait an hour till I get there.
at least. So back to where we were at before with RoboCop. Justin Hardy, great choice, and I loved about it because it introduced a whole new character altogether. I think in the 80s there was so much originality when it came to sci-fi, science fiction, and fantasy. You had a lot more of original films back in those days that come to play when you think about nostalgically. Oh yeah, RoboCop's one. Another one to segue into right now, Alien.
Yeah, the first one was fantastic.
The first one, and I don't know if many people, I don't know if you know this, I came across it because I'm part of an ownership with this entertainment company called Legion M. I bought into them because they're considered the first fan-owned entertainment company. So we had opportunities to check out certain things that Legion M was a part of because, we're investors. We're part of it. One of them was the documentary of Aliens. And I was very fascinated with that because you had everything attached to it from when they was first talking about the artwork of H.R. Giger, how they were incorporating that into the Alien storyline and its origins, and then to find out that the pivotal scene, the most gross pivotal scene in that movie, is when the actual alien bursts out of his chest. Nobody in that scene knew that was going to happen.
No.
Nobody knew. The only one that knew, of course, is the actor, because he's the one that's got to pretend that he's going to go into convulsion. Everybody was all instinct and improv all the way until the blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I mean, best goric scene ever in a sci-fi film altogether.
Again, you have to rank it up there with Predator. It was originality. Mm-hmm. It was one of the most original films made at that time.
Yeah.
Everything now, it's a copy of those two.
Yeah, of course. It's like I always say, it's like in that time and going forward, whenever there was a hit film, you had the knockoffs. Always a knockoff.
Right now,
B films, that's what they call.
I consider the two latest things with originality: Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm. That's a good show.
Original.
Yes. Very original.
The Creatures, original.
Of course. Commanders, of course.
Yes. And the movie Quiet Place.
Another original story, yes.
Original story, original creatures.
Especially the second one I just saw. It didn't. I mean,
third.
not the third. I think it's the fourth one.
No, this is the third.
The third one where it didn't touch on any of the original characters.
No.
It touched on two different characters altogether. We already knew the premise.
No,
of
it touched
at
the end. It touched on one of the characters that was part of the island of the second movie.
At the end, but the girl and the guy, the guy that actually survived with the cat, no less.
Yeah.
With the cat.
That cat had more lives than 9 lives.
He had 18 lives. I'm like, I don't know. It was like ×2 with this cat.
Yeah.
But I loved him. Again, it's like, I love the animal. And it's like, I'm like, dude, where are you? He's like, oh, there he is. Like, and he survives. He survives.
Well, cats are quiet.
And I think if there's a scene, he pop smacks one of them, I think.
I never understood why he was chasing a cat that wasn't even meowing. He was not even saying nothing. And they got soft moves. No one heard the cat.
No.
You risked your life for what?
I'd have strapped a rocket launcher on his back, get it close. Yeah. Boom!
No, but that was original. Those two movies were original.
But that one with the cat, the only thing I loved about that, it was a different, it wasn't a different story. It was just a story of two different people who came together in which was a crazy circumstance. People that would never have seen each other, but because of the circumstance with the aliens, they met, they saved one another. If you think about it, they saved one another.
And they both had a hunger for pizza.
Well, yeah. Oh, wow, I'm dying. I want some good pizza too, coño.
That was the whole thing of the movie. I want my pizza. She made him go through hell to get pizza.
Yeah, I'm going. I want a slice, Napoleon, extra cheese, sausage, mushroom.
And then on top of that, they couldn't even get to the one that she wanted. She had to settle for a regular.
I'm playing. She still got a pizza. No,
DiGiorno is not
Yeah.
delivery.
There was no.
I'm not that hard, okay?
No.
If you get some frozen pizza in a microwave that will at least not be noiseless, or put it on a little oven, oven bake, I don't care. I'm gonna have my pizza.
No Domino's, nothing.
No, take out here. Oh yeah, come here to this place, and then by the time he gets there, it gets taken away. My pizza, you bastard!
Yeah.
That would be me.
As long as it's delivered in 30 minutes or less.
Yes, 30 minutes or less. I want my money back.
I was upset at that the whole premise of the movie was all about getting a slice of pizza.
But she was dying, bro. That was her last meal. That's what she wanted.
I don't care. The world is ending and you still want a pizza? Man, my mind would have
Last meal. I mean, of course, I'd probably try to look for a Peter Luger's and get myself a nice steak if I can get there quietly. But, okay, pizza will do. Pizza, okay, I get it. It had to be from that one place. It's like, I'm like, mira.
Yeah.
Mira. Like the omnipotent, mira, here's a DiGiorno. Shh, shut the hell up. Here's DiGiorno.
Yeah.
You want to heat it up? I'll put a lighter underneath and just do this for a little while and let that heat up. I mean, you got to be kidding me. That's crazy. But it did, like I said, it featured 2 original characters and a different storyline. on Earth. There, you not Bucky, and the only other Captain America was an Avenger at the time, but then became one at the end, during Endgame. So, as far as original is concerned, because there's Romanoff, she's passed away. Her sister is the one that's filling in for her. So no original member will. Oh, there is just one. Bruce Banner. Banner is the only original one alive, and in the present time right now. Now, is he going to show up? Well, we'll see soon enough.
That would be awesome.
Huh?
That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. When? Who knows? That's a big question mark as to what's going to happen.
Yep.
That's why I'm looking forward to this film, because if they're introducing them like another form of Avengers, but the thing is, they're not going to be Avengers. They're not. They are the Thunderbolts. But I want to see the Sentry. I want to see how the Sentry plays out in this film.
Sentry is going to be the equivalent of Superman. He has to be.
He's the equivalent of Superman, but so is Hyperion. And then there's already talks, and I'm still looking into deep to find out more, which I will bring to you as soon as I get to know the fact that they have signed Henry Cavill to the MCU, and they say he's going to play an iconic character. So, I mean, that's like a blank slate of who's of iconic characters that you and I and all nerdoms out there will know. It's like we can go through the gambit of lists of who could it be? I mean, I think they did, and I could be mistaken, that they're not, that they may, and I say may, reintroduce the Calvarine in Avengers Secret Wars. So that's going to be interesting. I'd love to see the Calvarine in that one. Because, again, if you get the DVD, supposedly, and Ryan Reynolds fought for this to happen, there's 4 minutes of extra footage other than what was seen in Deadpool Wolverine when they introduced the Calvarine. There's 4 more minutes. It's supposed to be in the deleted scenes box. So, you didn't hear this from me. I'm not getting any money out of this. So, go get it. Let us know. I'm going to get mine later, but either way, go get it. Let us know what's on it.
So he's basically telling you to go get something that he doesn't even have.
Yet.
Interesting.
Or you can send us one, then we'll have it.
Yeah.
We will have it, and we will appreciate it.
But he
thank you for it.
The hell out of it right now. You would think he had it already, wouldn't you? I mean, you go get it. Yeah, I don't have it yet. Yeah, I don't know.
No. Yeah. Still haven't had enough gold pressed platinum to get mine yet. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, pressed platinum, Ferengi, not real money.
Called gold pressed platinum for a reason. And Federation is not about the money, right? Go figure.
It's not about the DVD he doesn't have neither.
No,
but he promoted the hell out of it.
I said Blu-ray.
Oh.
Blu-ray.
He's bougie. You got Blu-ray.
Damn right. And if you're gonna go all the way, bro. Go bougie.
He didn't go halfway, and he's promoting the hell out of it.
This is true.
And with that, we'll be right back. I'm Nerdy Lou.
I'm Halfway Mo. See you later.
Greetings to all parents seeking an educational and entertaining show for your child. Look no further, as I am delighted to introduce you to Raiden's World. Hosted by the talented Raiden Laloma. This captivating show immerses young viewers in a world of imagination, science, and more, making learning a delightful experience. If you have Roku TV, simply download the LDM Network channel app or visit www.raidensworld.com for updates, games, and more. Also stay updated by following the show on Instagram. Raiden's World is carefully crafted to engage children in a fun and educational manner, fostering their curiosity and love for learning. The show offers a unique blend of entertainment and knowledge, ensuring that your child's educational needs are met while they enjoy the wonders of Raiden's adventures. We invite you to join us on this educational voyage that promises not only to entertain your child but also to expand their horizons. It is the perfect combination of fun and learning, creating a wholesome viewing experience for both children and parents alike. So, why wait any longer? Dive into the world of Raiden's World today and witness the magic unfold before your eyes. Thank you for choosing us to be a part of your child's educational journey.
And we're back. Hopefully Mo got the Blu-ray now, but I'm pretty sure he didn't yet.
I'm smiling. I'm not going to answer that.
You're not going to answer that, Mo? Okay.
No, I'm smiling with my answer.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Alrighty.
So, at last, we were talking about aliens.
Yes.
And the whole thing with the chest bump and all that. But when I think about the franchise in its whole, and there's a lot of movies as well, and some of it, again, sometimes it dilutes and loses its, its traction.
That's one of the movies that I don't think I've been disappointed in.
No, I mean, all of them were pretty great, except
for the last one.
Romulus?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
But here's the thing. First movie, second movie, or at least the first movie, ties in with Romulus. The space station was designed for that purpose. Spoiler alert, and you want to plug your ears and go right ahead. But the space station was populated with a xenomorph for study. That's what the purpose of the space station was. That happened after the first Alien film. Remember, she was asleep and then she woke up after the fact. So like a couple of years that passed, and the planet that they left full of eggs now have a community. They've had buildings, they have people, men, women, children. There was like thousands for the second one there. But that's what happened. They took what they had and they put it into Romulus for studying. That's why I had like two sections to it. One of it was for examination once it was hatched, and the other one was storage. But they bred a lot of them. I mean, when you look at the face huggers were in those things. But what I did like about it also was they gave you a whole different history about. I mean, the face huggers always simple. Boom, is on your face, you're done. And the second one, if you let it loose in a room, it comes after you. But they didn't tell you how it reacts. And this one, Romulus, people were like, oh. I mean, you're in a room full of face huggers just waiting to jump at you, and you had to calm down. Like either, I think, pheromones or the heat told them where you are. So there's a new twist to that. That's a new twist. I mean, everything else was just the same old, when they were on the other side, and then they started coming a whole bunch, and then just the guns are blazing to take them out.
Yes.
And then but the other twist was the fact that, and it's true, that the aliens, when they infect someone or whatever being they affect, they take on their DNA. So in that one, the woman that was pregnant, then it took more of a human form alien. And that was creepy. I'm sorry, that was creepy. That's like in Aliens versus Predator, when one of the predators you didn't think was infected was, and then a half-breed alien predator. And that's why the third one was so good, because now one of them took that as a challenge and went down to take it on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those little, I mean, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one, like the one where she winds up, because she left with the ship, supposedly the ship crashed on a prison planet.
I remember that one.
But she was carrying the queen embryo in her. I'm like, how it happened? I was like, really? While she was asleep? And then the other one was, which was different, as spooky, but the fact that they did so much experimentation that they actually made a Ripley alien hybrid. And then it went back to its roots and said, we're going to go back to like it was in the beginning when the corporations were trying to study, for weapons research or whatever, the xenomorph, and that's where Romulus comes up.
Yeah, I like those. Those were great movies.
Mm-hmm.
Those were great movies.
It's a matter of now of what's next.
The series that's coming out the ending of this summer?
Yes. That's going to be interesting. I'm waiting to see what the writers are going to come up with, because if you're coming up with the series, that means
Now, if
it's going to take a real dark twist.
if Predator went back to the Cheyenne Indians, then what? The aliens are going to go to the Egyptian time?
You know what? That's a good question. Again, if it went, okay, the Predators went back to the Cheyenne Indians, but if the Xenomorphs landed here because of the Predators, so that means they of course they were part of the Incan tribe, Incan history. So how did it get to the Incan temple? I mean, yes, they brought them down here, but then it came, somehow it had to have gotten loose because they needed them to be loose in order for the young Predators to have their trial by hunting each one of them down and killing them.
Yeah.
It's like, where did they get them to bring them there? And then you had a queen too, so the queen's not one to mess with. Not one. I mean, no. After what I saw in Aliens 2, I was like, myself, I'm out of here, bro. If you ain't giving me some exoskeleton to kick her ass, that's not happening.
Right.
We're running. So, again, waiting for the series, like, what are you going to come up with? Are you going to tie in Ripley's storyline, or is this like a brand new one altogether? And it's just pretty much carte blanche on whatever when it comes to it. Because you could take Romulus's notes on how the facehuggers react when they're out, and then you could carte blanche and take the fact that an alien, when it inhabits something, let's just say someone or something, it takes on the genetic properties of that particular creature. Because if you looked at Prometheus, it wasn't an alien yet, but when it came out of the I forgot the name of that progenitor. I'm gonna call him the progenitor. I know it's Star Trek based, but that's who he was. And when it came out of his chest and transformed, it was almost at the alien, almost. And I think the next film did happen where it did became its xenomorph self through humans. So again, are they going to use that, or where are they going to go? I mean, it's carte blanche, pretty much open-ended, total crazy action right then and there, and it's a blessing to watch that if they do that.
Yeah.
If they do that, because I was slightly disappointed with how you call it, Resident Evil when they did the series. Slightly. I mean, it had some good points, especially the main the character of the dad. Well, they had two of them, and one was created by the Umbrella Corporation. He had told them, he says, "I'm going to take dumps in different places in your home in an order that will surprise you." I was like, what?
See, I wasn't a fan of the game, but I was a fan of the movies.
With Mila Jovovich? Yeah, she was cute. But Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City,
They were pushing it.
they were pushing it, but they used a lot of the characters from the video game and made them like they are from the video game itself. So
The CGI movies are good.
oh yeah. Oh my God. If you get a chance, and if you haven't heard about the CGI versions, animated CGI versions of Resident Evil, go look. They're great stories, good animation. I mean, I can watch those over and over again. Not so much Mila, but I can watch those animations over
They
and
should
over
do
again.
a Justice League cartoon CGI like that.
I wouldn't argue. I
That
would say
would be
yes.
awesome.
I would say yes. It's like sometimes I always look at it as if you're having this much trouble doing a live action version, then just do what you do best, make it animated, 3D or otherwise. Then just get them to do the voices or get new voices.
Yeah. No, well, the voices they got for the characters are great.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're for this James Gunn stuff, let's say it's like they don't go. Let's say they didn't do live action. They want to do a new Superman. They do it as a full feature length animated film. Like when they did Superman Death and Life. Keep that in mind, because in Death and Life, it dealt with the whole series of the battle between him and Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Rebirth, which introduced the other Superman. So, and I tell you, I've seen it all when it comes to Superman. And the last two, which is Cavill and Tyler Hoechlin, and when they're the only two that actually faced Doomsday. They did a version of it.
You know, they're actually working on Batman now.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Batman that came out years ago. It's a whole new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're going to come right back and fill you in with that. Stay tuned for more Puerto Ricans.
Go get the Blu-ray.
She's so fake.
She's such a slut. You can see the layers on her face.
Look at her chicken legs.
Oh my god. How short is that skirt?
I can't believe she'd even put that on.
Is that her dress? It's not even on her hardly.
It's not even covering her up.
It's actually disgusting. Oh my god. How can she do her hair like that?
I don't even know how this girl has
I
friends.
saw her talking to Holden the other day. Who does she think she is?
I bet she slept with the whole football team. She's not even pretty. She's gained so much weight. She looks like a cow.
Such a good idea. Watch this.
You're good. Oh my god, that's so funny. You gotta post that. I got an idea. Pass this.
Oh my god.
And we're back.
We're back, and before we get started, we have an apology. We only have 6 minutes to do this segment, and it's not our fault. The guy behind the camera that we call God actually does make mistakes.
I do not approve of this message.
It's a new math. It was a new math.
The new math.
New
2
math.
plus 2 equals 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as we were stating before, when you do the animated
Hold on.
version,
He doesn't even watch the Blu-ray. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, not the Blu-ray either. I'm going to tell you. But when you take Superman, Life and Death, first it was just Superman, the death of Superman, and it showed the Battle of Doomsday.
Yes.
And then it was so accurate as far as it's a standalone, but it was closer to the comic book that I read watching as far as the battle was concerned. And then they had the second one, but then they combined the two.
They got 2 deaths, though.
They have two, but here's the thing. And if you're going to get it, get Superman, Life and Death. Only reason why is there's some scenes that were cut out from each one, and they put it into the one film.
Yeah.
And then it had the whole thing there. So you're going to get all of it.
Because the first one they did of Death of Superman was done in old school style Superman drawing, like a Fleischer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the
type thing.
first animated one actually featured a character that looked like Kevin Smith. And he's like, he did some sort of save. He said, "That's it? Lame."
Yeah.
So but that one didn't even feature the other Superman to follow.
No.
So it was kind of like a yes and a no.
But it had a better story.
More or less.
It had a heart-wrenching story at the end when the ring was given to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but when you look at all the variations, like in the animated one, I tell you, the Life and Death is about the closest to the comic book there is. Now, in the live action, I'll say this 100 times. If you took the Battle of Doomsday from the animated feature and then translate that to the actual, like, Batman v Superman and made it that way, like not this colossal giant or whatever, but made him so that you can face off and do like it did in the comic books, that would be the ultimate Batman v Superman for me.
I would love if they did just Batman versus Doomsday. I mean, Superman versus Doomsday.
Yeah, and then they did do it.
Yeah, but they
Superman and Lois at that scene.
Yeah, but that sucks.
Beginning of season 4. You know, it ended in season 3, those beginning battle, and then it carried on until season 4, and then they ended it with the battle again. But then he looked comic book accurate.
Yeah.
Because again, for as close as an accurate storyline to the comic book. I mean, nothing comes close than Superman, Life and Death, and the animated feature that comes close to that comic.
But you would think with all the CGI that's out there, they can make a very good Doomsday.
They could. Matter of fact, the two closest that I've seen that come comic book accurate will be the first one is in the show called Krypton. If you look at Krypton, there's a season where they introduce Doomsday, that he's locked away in the caverns of Krypton. And that particular one looks exactly like the comic book version. Now, the second one closest to that is the one from Superman and Lois, the last season. Like, he went through another transformation, and at the end, his final form was that of the Doomsday from the comic books. Again, great. What I love about Superman and Lois is that they take the storylines and sort of twist it in a way that makes it unique. And I applaud them for that, because a lot of the characters and heroes or villains that they brought up, they did it in a twisted way that made it very unique and a standalone in itself. It's not a copy of Cavill's Superman, not a copy of Corn Sweat Superman, or of any of the other shows or other Superman. It was a standalone in itself, and the stories that brought out these characters, like Leech, was a different character, different person, different universe, and was melded with another one, and it could siphon off all the energy out of Superman until he had nothing. And I was like, wait, but that happened with this creature. But no, they did it in a different way, and it was good. Yeah, because to me that's a great story. I mean, yeah, you changed it, and I'm like, but then I just watched it. And I was like, that was pretty good. I like it. I like it very much, and I hope that unfortunately it ended. But if they have a multiverse event movie, and I'm telling you, this Warner Brothers, if you're really interested in making money, you make a live version, multiverse event. Please include Brandon Rao, Henry Cavill, Tyler Hoechlin, Dean Cain, and I could go on. Include them, because those people made what we watched as far as Superman was concerned fine. We loved it,
Yeah, like a Power Ranger type of thing.
Yeah,
exactly. When all the Power Rangers all came together, bam! It was like you just sit there and just go.
Unless DC or DCU, you're waiting for Marvel to buy you up. Disney could buy you up.
We got to see what happens come July when they put out their Superman. That's all I
have a feeling if Superman sucks in July, I have a feeling Disney.
I might buy it. But why would we worth that much? I might buy it.
That Batman cowl might be a Mickey Mouse ears. So watch it there.
Oh,
and that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And for that, as always, thank you for joining us again for another edition of Nerdy Ricans. I'm Halfway Mo.
I'm Groovy Lou.
And as always, live long and prosper, guys.
And also, if we were to go ever on Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure this man here would not buy it yet.
He would promote it.
He would promote the hell out of it, yes.
I would promote the hell out of it. This is true. Take care, everyone.
Good night.